Noeline, what happened, what went wrong in the second and third quarters that changed from the first quarter? Because the first quarter was scrappy and you were in the fight, but then second and third quarter they pulled away from you.
Yeah, definitely. Second quarter, well, look, I was happy with the first, obviously, and our ability to maintain momentum. I thought we had, especially right at the beginning, I thought we had ball in hand, and either we weren't able to execute the pass, put each other under pressure, or weren't able to put the ball through the hoop, basically, and then it coughed up and went back to the opposition. I think in that first 2 minutes there was 5 goals that Diamonds got on top of us, and pretty much then we were in catch-up mode, and they just pulled us apart in our defence end. I think we didn't probably stay to what we wanted to do. We got caught up in chasing, and once again, just those little things in our attacking end when we did have ball in hand, just little errors that are costing us, and it's turning over. Against a side like Diamonds or any opposition, you can't do that.
Laura, what do you feel like you have to improve? What's the one thing you have to improve ahead of Wednesday's night test up in Townsville?
Yeah, I think what was really good is straight after the game, all of us kind of identified those soft areas that we were doing. I was guilty of a number today, and it's just not good enough and not international standards. So we need to sort that out, and that'll put us in the fight, because when that happens, that's pretty much 1 goal, and then it's their centre pass, and that's 2. So if everyone's doing 4 or 5, and I was doing a lot, it's costly.
How hard is it to sort of keep your own game plan when you get caught up in it? How hard is it to stick with what you've been aiming for?
Oh, we just go back to our roles, to be honest. What's my role is to get the centre pass away, and yeah, when you come up against that's the aim of the game, is they want to disrupt our flow, and we need to just keep working to get ourselves into conditions that we excel at. And so the best test is against the best in the world, and they're the best at it.
Noeline, even though it was lost today, do you feel like there's another step forward in the fight back for New Zealand netball after the Com Games? Do you feel like there were positives you can build on in the recovery? Yeah,
it's quite hard to be honest. In reality, when you look at the scoreboard like that, it's definitely an uppercut. But also there's some really positive stuff, and we just got to keep the faith in what we're doing, and once again those little small things we've got to be able to execute and deliver. There's clear areas when we are under the pressure as to what we need to do. We do it sporadically and consistently, but also know that when we do these certain things that we're very successful as well. So just a bit of patience in that with the ball and our ability to work. Good things that, the positives are you can only keep getting slapped, and when are we going to learn? And that's what it's all about. So I don't actually come away from this game, and I know this sounds weird, I don't come away actually that bad. I know what the scoreboard says. We've been working really hard. Some of the players, what we've been doing, I can see slow increments or improvements. We're not going to save the world over 3-4 weeks, but we are heading in the right way in some degree. Back, not necessarily back to the drawboard, but getting ourselves prepared for Townsville, and that's how it goes.
How hard is it going to be to get those little things that those inconsistencies to become more consistent? Is it an easy enough thing to fix with over this series?
Oh, it's going to take a few, I suppose, different variables that need that for us to be able to be consistent. Some of the stuff we won't be able to do it over Constellation Cup will be what needs to happen in our off-season in regards to conditioning, getting ourselves ready to take the battle physically. Those things are just going to have to wait until Constellation Cup. But I think, it's an understanding that when we are playing our strategy, knowing that the opposition is going to do anything to combat us, that's what it's all about. But it's still being able to deliver the ball. And I think once again we did that sporadically, not able to do it consistently, but also those little errors are going to cost us.
Was it pleasing to win that last quarter by a couple of goals? To come back after you got a bit of a pasting in the second and third?
Oh look, that's always positive. I think realistically, once again, Diamonds made a change. It's always quite good to know that there is a bit of heart, but the game was already gone. and I'm putting that out there already. But out of that, it was quite interesting to see Maria and Tapaya, that combination. So I haven't been able to see that before with Maria going back. And once again, that's presented another opportunity, I think, for us, and another possible combination moving forward.
Just on shooters, I did notice that you did actually empty the bench with all of them. Are you still trying to tweak your goal shooter position in particular?
Yeah, I haven't found. I'm looking for a combination. I'm looking for people who, one, can do your job. It's about getting the ball under huge pressure, but also being able to put the ball through the hoop. And I haven't found that combination or that unit as yet. Even though some of the players probably may be a bit disappointed, I'm really rapt that we've been able to get them out on court. They've been able to see where their starting point is and what they need to do over off-season or for the duration of the series. And once again, the only way that they're going to learn is if we're out there. So it's a hard pill to swallow, but that's what performance is about. You either do or you don't. So the bench had been cleaned, and that's a positive for us.
Did any of the decisions by the international umpires baffle you at all?
Baffle me.
Well, they seem pretty tight on the stepping and held ball.
Yeah, I may have to go over and have a look at some of those decisions that were made. I think as well, at the end, no matter who umpires are going to do, they're going to rule. And as long as they're consistent, I'm happy with that. We've got to be smart. We've got to show to the umpires, basically, our footwork. We've got to be really clean in what we do, and we've got to take ownership. So, we cannot be defensive or blame anybody else. We had enough ball in hand when we did have ball without the umpires being involved. So, we just got to take it on the chin and don't blame anybody.
Any final questions? What about the conversion rate in particular in the first quarter? You're actually beating the Diamonds in the amount of ball that you actually put through the goal.
Yes.
That's a positive, and that's something that dropped off in the middle of the game.
Yes.
How do you actually improve that sort of the conversions and the cherishing the ball?
Yeah, I mean, once again we've spoken about that, and the conversions are definitely key to success, and something that I pride myself on. So work in progress, that's all I can say. We were able to do that in the first quarter. We dominated in the fourth quarter when we did have extra ball in hand. Second and third we capitulated. So once again, there are positives, but we need to be able to work to get the ball down from one end of the circle down to the other, instead of sometimes taking the easy option or the option that we think is the best. So that's the learnings I think that we have to take from this game. We're sort of changing our style a wee bit, and playing that shorter game, which is different from what we used to. So we've got a couple of days to get better, and really looking forward to Townsville.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking us.
Perfect, thank you.
Laura.